Good morning. It's bright and early, just about 7 a.m. here in Las Vegas, and welcome to Wake Up and Win with Teddy Covers. We're going to take a look at where the lines have opened, where they've moved, where the sharp money is flowing, and talk about why the money is flowing that direction. Let's take a look at today's card across the board. And we're going to start with Game 1 of the NBA Finals, the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. I've talked about this a couple of times. Yesterday we talked about the total and said, hey, if you like the over, bet it now. If you like the under, wait. And clearly, that was one time I got it right. But certainly this is a situation where we've seen we're 216s now from 214.5 at the open, 215.5 the prevailing number. So if you like the over, you should have bet it yesterday. That being said, there is some urgency. If you like the under, no rush. Like I said, 216s out there now. And it could go higher before tip-off. But certainly, we've seen over money. And again, we saw Celtics money right at the open, 6 to 6.5. Really hasn't moved since. Even though, according to the reports I've been reading, Dallas taking the majority of the bets, Dallas taking the majority of the money. That being said, the sharper money on Boston minus for Game 1. So Celtics and over. We're going to call those the sharp sides for the NBA Finals. Nothing's going on with the series price. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Minus 210, minus 220 for the Celtics, plus 180, plus 190 for the Mavs. Again, these lines will move after Game 1. So if you're looking to make a series bet, make sure it correlates with your Game 1 opinion. Because if you think Dallas is going to win Game 1, you don't want to bet Boston for the series now. Similarly, if you think Boston's going to win Game 1, you'll get a better price to get Dallas after the Celtics win Game 1 if you want the Celtics to win the series. So there's your NBA action. Game 1 of the finals goes tonight. Please, if you have a second, just click that like button. It makes all the difference for me. Really appreciate it. If you like what you're seeing, give me a like. Thank you. If you want to subscribe to the channel, we have more than close to 160,000 subscribers now. If you want to comment below, I appreciate it. Hey, I want to shout out all this week, getting great comments. Anthony Thornhill, I'm going to shout you out every time, buddy. Doc Holliday, Kenneth Arant, Gert3850, Rich C. I'm going to Ghost Bixby, I think, maybe. Tahoe Better, G True Brian, We Win Jet, James, Daniela D10, 90 Dust TV, W Monist, Matthew Janerski, Nathan T, Johnny Jumpman, Raymond Barlow. All you guys have commented this week. I've replied to every one of them. And if you comment today, I'll do the same thing. So thanks for the comments. Appreciate it very much. The like makes all the difference. Let's talk a little WNBA. The WNBA, again, it's not a sport that I handicap, but it's worth noting where the sharp money has flown. This is a sport where we pay a lot of attention to where the educated money is going. And for tonight, Sky and the Mystics, Chicago at Washington, we have seen Mystics money down to plus 4 in that game from as high as plus 5, even 3.5 showing up on the WagerTalk free live odds screen. That was as high as 5 at the open, mostly 4.5. So we have seen some Mystics money in that game. For the Liberty and the Dream, we've seen a little bit of over money in that game. That total opened as low as 164.5. Now I'm seeing as high as 166 out there. In addition, Liberty have taken a little bit of money. 6.5, 6 at the open. There was a 7. Now I'm seeing 7, 7.5s out there. So Liberty and over in the game against the Dream in the 2 WNBA games for tonight. That's where the money is flowing. Let's talk a little MLB for today. And again, it's a relatively light card. I had a crappy week in baseball. Not happy about the way my baseball is going. I'm likely to pass on today's card. Just haven't seen things right this week. And when that happens, what I do at least, I don't force it. You know, if I'm not seeing things clearly, especially on a lighter card like today, you take a day off, you reset, and you come back the next day. That's what I'm likely to do today in baseball. Although, there's one game I'm still interested in. We'll see. We may have one in the MLB for today, but likely a pass. It hasn't been a good week in baseball. And when you're not running good, you're not seeing things clearly, you take a breath. All that being said, let's take a look at where the sharp money is coming in baseball for today. Dodgers taking money. They've had a rough series in Pittsburgh. Dodgers, well, I had them yesterday, and they were no good. Paxton got lit up. Maybe the the little dream that I've had with James Paxton, where he was so good for me for quite some time. Not the last couple of starts. That's one to remember. Nonetheless, the Dodgers taking money today. Buehler's a guy who the markets have liked, and a guy who certainly has the potential to be an ace for LA. Dodgers bats finally heated up last night. Anyhow, they've taken some money today. Nothing crazy. Minus 180, minus 185. Total in that game has been bet over Buehler and Falter. Other action on today's MLB betting card worth noting. And again, I'm looking at the WagerTalk live odds screen right now. And I like to go just about, I was doing it about 10 before 7. I'm recording right at 7 now because I want these moves as they come in. So I apologize, my eyes are over here. That's where I'm looking instead of at the camera. But that's what's going on right now. And that's the point of doing the show right at this time because you see the money flowing. We're seeing under money for the Rockies and the Cardinals. Sonny Gray is someone who tends to attract under money. The markets like him a lot. And of course, the Rockies can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag. No surprise there. 7.5 juice to the under now in that one. Seeing a little bit of under money for Arizona, San Diego as well. Nothing significant there. That was an interesting game in terms of one book open minus 130, another one open minus 110, and the markets have kind of come in between the two to decide which was the best of the number. Right now, early start action, I'm seeing money coming in the Toronto-Baltimore game, and it's Blue Jays money. This was at plus 100 early, with Baltimore minus 110. Now I'm seeing Toronto at minus 110, minus 11, minus 13. There's Blue Jays money coming for Kikuchi in the early start game there. And there was one more I wanted to talk about. Oh, there it is. The Yankees and the Twins. Guess what? Yankees taking money. No shock for that one. Minnesota's had a tough time against the Bronx Bombers, and the market is expecting more of the same today, even with Lopez on the hill. Lopez has been a pitcher who's gotten a fair bit of betting attention this year. The markets like him. Nonetheless, sharp money for the New York Yankees this morning, and lots of money for Boston against the Red Sox. That game's getting a ton of over money as well. That total was sitting at 8 overnight. Now we're looking at 9s. There's wind to deal with in Chicago today. When you're talking about total moves in Chicago, Wrigley gets the huge moves, but when the wind's blowing on the south side, we see, again, when the weather conditions warrant, the wise guys aren't shy about betting these games, pounding the over, pounding the under. We're seeing that today with the over for the White Sox and the Red Sox. Of course, some of that may have to do with the starting pitching matchup as well. I want to let you guys know about a great special offer right now that we have at WagerTalk.com. Real quick, finish off June with a bang. $199 gets you every play, every day, and every sport. Yes, I'm passing MLB today, but we'll be in action in MLB. I don't expect my crappy performance this week to be a long-term problem. You get all my NBA, all my baseball, $199 every play, every day, included. Just visit the website, wt.buzz/TC. All right, guys, kick some ass today. Thanks for watching. Cheers. We'll do it again tomorrow.